Hello and welcome back to the Cartoonist Studio. Well, I've had a bit of a longer break than I expected over Christmas. I was hoping to get back to you last week, and I did indeed do a video. But when I look back on it, I wasn't happy with it. I just really was not happy with it. So I scrapped it and I didn't have time to put another one out in that short period of time. So please accept my apologies for that. But I'm back with it now. I'm going to do another single panel. Follow me through the process of producing a single panel, a historic single panel. I do love my history. And, you'll pick up some stuff on that. It's going to be a fairly quickish video because we're going to have a recap of pretty much what's happened and maybe a little bit of a talk about what's to come. So without further ado, let's get on with that video. Shall we? Yes, let's do that. Okay, so welcome back. It's the first one of the year. And normally over the Christmas period, I tend to sort of have some ideas of what I may be doing next year. If I haven't got any definite plans, that is. What would I like to achieve? Where would I like to see myself in a year's time? Well, obviously with the YouTube channel, I'd like to see myself with a whole lot more subscribers. But it got me to thinking, I wonder what... I mean, this first cartoon is about a pair of medieval monks in the scriptorium, and I had no particular plans to produce this cartoon. Like I said, I did one last week, but I didn't like that, so I scrapped it. I'll probably have another go at it in a few weeks' time. But other than that, I've really got no great idea about what I want to do in the whole year. I've got a few vague ideas, and I'll talk those through with you now. But whilst I was sitting there thinking, right, what am I going to do for this next video, I started to sketch out a few things, and I drew these monks, and then it made me realise that from a simple blank piece of paper comes this idea that I didn't have this morning. And that made me think, well, I wonder what cartoons I'll be doing in July or May or October, September, Christmas. I have literally no idea. I kind of quite like to sort of skim along on the seat of my pants, shall we say, and produce whatever comes into my mind. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But it's the way that I've always done it. But having said that, I did say I've got a few vague ideas. And one of the ideas is every now and again I get asked by local schools, notably the one that I've mentioned that is behind my house. They'll quite often have me over there to do cartoon classes, cartoon skill classes. And what it really involves me doing is I just sit there and I say, right, give me some ideas of what you'd like to see you draw. So they'll come out with a variety of things and I will draw those things out for them. And once I'm drawing, I tend to be in my own little world, and I'm aware of the fact that I'm supposed to be here teaching skills. So I have to snap myself out of it. And then I look around me and I see these little faces, these little expectant faces with their mouths open, seeing what was effectively a blank piece of paper is now a blank piece of paper, but filled with a picture of a sloth in a glass floating down the river, or a cowboy leaping off a cliff with his horse sort of further down below him, or maybe it's a monkey hanging out of a tree. And they're kind of like hooked on this. So I thought, okay, all right, fair enough. I know that I get a lot of people on here who are already cartoonists and are highly skilled. I get people on here who don't know how to draw cartoons but would love to draw cartoons, and so they're studying how I'm producing it. And then I get people on here who are intermediate, want to be cartoonists, already have a modicum of skill and want to enrich it, shall we say. So they think, right, I'll go along to someone on YouTube whose art style that I like, or who I admire, or who's drawing the way that I'd like to draw. And so they pick up a lot of tips. So I thought maybe I could do that. Maybe I could have another set of playlists. I already have the playlist for What If I Drew ... I've got one for single panels. I've got them for watercolors. I've got a whole bunch down there. Just go to the playlist section and you'll see what I mean. So maybe I should create a playlist, I was thinking, for the cartoon students or the lover of the cartoon art, sort of wants to learn a bit more. Because like I say, even the experienced artist can go and see another artist and think, oh, I like the way they did that, so I'll incorporate that into my style. Because we're all learning. It doesn't matter how far along the road you are. You may have people who are more experienced, but you don't stop learning. A true artist of any kind never stops learning. They just reach a certain plateau and then pick up little bits, odds and sods along the way, shall we say. So that's what that playlist would be all about. So you'd have basically stages 1, 2 and 3. So the playlist will be made up of that. So anyone who wants to go right from the early stages can pick on those videos that were aimed at them. Same thing with the intermediates. And the experienced one, well, they can just pick up stuff that is probably a bit more advanced, or stuff that they see me doing that they would like to be able to do themselves. So, yeah, that's just an idea. I don't know what you think about it. And whilst we go into the inking stage, have a little think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Right, here we go with the inking section. This one is actually in real time. I don't think I speeded this up at all, because some people like to sort of really see the detail, how I go about the brushwork inking that I do so much of at the moment. Like I said, I can draw with a brush, a pen. I can draw with pretty much anything. But at the moment, or for the longest time, should we say, I've been working with just a brush. So I've slowed this one down because it's a single panel. If it was a comics page, I might have to speed that up a bit, because we'll be here until next January. Right, okay. So before I leave you to it, there's one or two final things. In the last video that I did, I offered up a piece of original art, which should be up on the screen as I'm talking now. Now, all you had to do for that was, you didn't have to buy it. Not really. It was more of a raffle. You had to go to my Buy Me a Coffee page, which there's a link for in the description below. Go along there, buy me a coffee, and you would automatically be entered into the draw. And the winner would, well, effectively win the original piece of artwork of mine. Something I've never really done before. I've never raffled or anything my artwork. I've given it away to charities and they've raffled it, but I have never raffled any of my artwork. So this would be a kind of a first. And I said at the time that I would let everyone know when the closing date was. Well, you've got until the next video. The next video that I do, that will be the closing date. So it's going to be a fortnight away from today, from whatever today's date is. So you've got a fortnight to go to get yourself over there, buy me a coffee, and get your name entered into the competition. I will then draw the name out the hat, and all you then have to do is to pay for the posters and packing, and the original artwork, signed original artwork of mine, will make its way to you. So if you like that, go along and buy me a coffee. If nothing else, I get to have a drink. Brilliant. Okay then. Any other ideas for next year? I do have one, but it is only an idea at this stage, and I don't want to sort of say too much in case I literally haven't got the time to do it or things get away with me. But I'm thinking of producing another graphic novel. And what I want to do is I want to produce one page every week, every other week, shall we say. So I'll be producing the artwork more regularly in my actual studio in real time, probably hopefully about 2 or 3 pages or maybe 4 pages within a 2-week period, depending on what else comes to the door and what I have to do. Because obviously this is going to be a labour of love from me. I'm not getting paid for it until I produce the book. But every fortnight I will be drawing a page from that comic book or that graphic novel. And I'll be talking through it with you, and I'll be talking about what's been happening before this page and what's hopefully coming up. So you'll be getting invested in it time-wise. And then the other week, all right, so let me get this clear. I'm looking to go weekly with this here YouTube channel. Now, to do that, I want to do, say, 1 week I'll do the comic page. Then the next week I'll do the usual stuff that I've been doing every fortnight. So there'll be no difference there. All the kind of things I do, single panels, what if I drew, how to do watercolors, all the various stuff that I'm just basically doing in the studio from day to day and giving a little bit of just entertainment, I hope. So that's what I'm planning to do. Like I say, it's going to depend largely on kind of times, schedules, what's happening in my life, and I'm going to give it a few months before I make the final decision. But obviously I'll let you know as soon as I do. And once again, is that something you'd like to see? Effectively, the production of a graphic novel. I did it for Facebook once. I did it with with my Sleepy Hamlet book, The Night of the Village Idiots. I produced those weekly, and it just grew to a whole story. Well, there was no real incentive to go and buy the book if you'd already read it from week to week to week. So this way, I'm giving you pages in between pages that you've not seen. And then when the book's finished, of course, I'll still be doing tutorials. So I'll be offering, saying, look, the book is finished. Go out there, go and get yourself a copy. And you can read the whole book then, catch up all the bits. You'll be invested in it. That's the idea anyway. So if that's something you'd like to see me do, or be interested in seeing me do, with me talking through all the processes involved in it, then let me know. And that will be another playlist, shall we say. Another bit of fun. So just another idea. Something I'm playing with. Like I said, it may not happen. I may be too busy, but I'd like it to happen because I want to do another graphic novel. At the moment, the toss-up is between another Sleepy Hamlet or, and this is completely new, a book about some pixies, elves, goblins, and a magical woodland that they live in. It's humour, it's fun, it's for all ages, but it's not a children's comic. So, that's of interest to me. I hope it would be to you. Okay, so whilst this winds down, those are a few ideas for next year. Sorry for the lateness of getting a video out after Christmas, as I said earlier on. Thank you for your time today, for coming along. Thank you for your support. Like and subscribe, share me, let everyone know what it is that we do here, and let's see if we can make 2025 an even bigger year. And and I shall see you on the next video in a fortnight. So, until then, bye-bye for now.